I thought of the fact that I spend a lot of time in the car, as most of you have talked about, because I made a joke about it being my second office, and most of you talked about the fact that you do as well. I was like, how can I use my time wisely? Typically I work. It's my second office. I work in the car. But I was like, maybe this is a good time to do some videos as well. Some just like short snippets that will help hopefully motivate you or inspire you or just show you that you're not alone in all of this. I just finished my London Fog, which happens to be one of my favorite drinks. And, I can't do that. Okay. And well, if I do this more often, I'll definitely bring a little stand for it. But today I wanted to talk about perspective. Our circumstances, a lot of times, no matter how crappy they are, we can't really fix it. We can't really do anything about it. We can't change them. Honestly, a lot of times, even really good circumstances, like, why would we want to change them? But we can't. Like, circumstances are neutral. They are not good or bad. They are whatever we make them. I have mentioned before that our thoughts are what create our emotions, and our emotions are like how we feel about it decides whether just how we handle circumstances and things. So what can we control? What can we do? What can we affect? And it's our perspective. And by this, I don't mean silver lining all the time. I realize that I do see silver lining, but it's not because I can't handle the dark emotions, the bad. Believe me, I can handle the dark emotions. I think when I look there, I can handle the dark emotions. But I don't want to all the time. I also know that when things happen, if I look for the lesson, look for the reason, look for the purpose, well, there's not always a reason. But if I look for that stuff, then I'm able to work through it, gain an understanding, and move through it. Perspective change. What can I learn from this moment that'll get me out of it, that will get me to a higher place, that will get me through it, which will help me deal with it, acknowledge it, recognize it, all the things, which helps me do all the things I need to do in order to get better, in order to get through it, to rise above it. So one thing that we can do is look at, again, in the circumstance, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of? How can I use this to really understand myself more? Not for the purpose of being self-absorbed or selfish or self-centered or all those things that are initially thought. But if you understand your fear in the moment, and typically it is fear that causes us to react. Am I afraid that I'm going to disappoint someone? Am I afraid that I will let someone down? Am I afraid I'm going to fail in this moment? Am I afraid of pain? Am I afraid that I'm going to do the wrong thing? Am I afraid of being overwhelmed? Am I afraid that I don't know the next steps? Am I afraid that I'm going to hurt the people around me? Am I afraid I won't make it through this? Am I afraid that am I afraid, period? Am I afraid to be alone? All of these things. When you recognize what fear does to you, when you recognize how fear is keeping you where you are, you can change your perspective. You can ask yourself, okay, there's an opposite to fear, and it's faith. And it's also looking at truth. Fear is a lie. So look at the lies around you, the lies that your brain is feeding you to keep you right where you are. And then you're able to understand the situation a little bit more. Understand it from a different perspective, not necessarily being able to change the circumstance, but be able to understand yourself in it. So that's the first step. And I hope that this helps you realize that we can start, like, these micro actions that we take will help us start to understand our circumstances more. That's what I have for you today. All right. I have a webinar coming up. Honestly, I don't have the date on the top of my head because this is an impromptu, something that I was thinking about. But if you go to my website, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, I'll even put this in the show notes eventually. But go and sign up for the webinar. If you're looking for 3 secrets to unlock your desire to thrive, your desire to win the day. Because in order to have a thriving life, you need to win today, then you can win tomorrow, and then you start to build the habits of just winning no matter what your circumstances are. So that's all I have for you. Sign up for the free webinar, the free workshop. I guarantee that you will have an action step after it. All right, talk to you later.